Basis the recent stats on the World Health Organization website and an article by Forbes, about 28% increase is seen for depressive symptoms and anxiety issues by 25%. The World Health Organization, WHO, mentioned in its mental health report, and I quote, "Mental health is an integral part of our general health and well being and a basic human right. Furthermore, mental health needs are high, but responses are insufficient and inadequate." I wonder what is happening. And interestingly, if you try to get to the root of all of this, it will point towards one and only one thing, and that is stress. But remember, mental health is a much broader topic, and in no way what we shall unfold is a solution to the broader mental health issues. However, since stress in many ways is the starting point of mental health issues, we will today unfold the meaning of stress, understand what stress personalities exists within us, and what is our own stress personality with which we can identify and mitigate stress from our lives to ensure we live healthy, because it is our basic right. The first step will be to understand what is stress. Well, the science of stress is when we experience threat, a real or perceived, our critical thinking and cognition gets impaired, triggering emotions automatically. And the first hit of emotion is known as stress. Why is it even important to discuss about this or to talk about this? Well, the answer to this comes from neuroscience called neuroplasticity, which means that we can rewire our brains to create neural pathways if we are being intentional to impact our thoughts and emotions, especially to catch and navigate our own experiences of stress. Meaning, if we need to address the stress at the first place, it is important to change the way we think during that moment of stress or during the moment of perceived threat or a real threat. Because, my friend, trust me on this when I say this, stress will always be there and we will always react to it. And the only thing in our control will be to recognize it and respond by understanding our own stress personalities, because these personalities are a function of our conditioning, our context, and the nuanced way of our thought process that exists. And until and unless we are able to identify it first, we will not be able to rewire it or reorient it or reframe it, nor will be able to mitigate it eventually. But the most important aspect will be to catch ourselves to navigate through it, right? Please focus on the keywords. I am not saying that you will be able to remove the stress. I am only saying that you will be able to navigate through it or circumvent it. And for that, the most essential aspect will be to know your own personality type, because if you don't know who you are when you perceive a threat, or if there is a real threat in whatever form, you will never be able to address it. There are a few things that definitely helps in general, irrespective of the type that you are, whenever you engage stress. On a daily basis, if you could do these things, I think that will also help. Like, for example, creating a space before you react to a stress. You slow yourself down, right? Control your reaction. Take some time, take a pause, and then you react, or rather you'll end up responding better. Well, there is this 3-to-1 technique for practicing mindfulness. Basically, whenever you're feeling that anxiety, whenever you're feeling that stress, do the 3-to-1 thing where you're writing or thinking 3 things that you can see, 2 things that you can hear, and 1 thing you can touch. Trust me, it will slow you down. Engage yourself in a process and a routine. The topic is extremely important, and it is important if we could identify a framework or a frame of reference that will help our thinking process. You can follow me on Instagram, Unfold Learning, and get to see the everyday updates and bite sized learning content. And if thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you were able to unfold learnings and are taking back key new learnings. I know. Don't miss to comment. Let me know what you think and be a subscriber. Till next time, take care of yourself and people around you, and be nice to yourself and people around you. And thank you very much for being there.